Okay, so again, 21 million, math and code, scarcity. Look at the blockchain in action. Watch the hashes going across that are put into a block that is verified every 10 minutes, as well as all the prior blocks. Look into the beauty of a distributed ledger, decentralized, no control by any single party. Look into the ability, which I'm sure you've done, of me sending you Satoshis that settle in 10 minutes. Have you gone to your local bank lately and tried to send an international wire transfer? Dude, it's a friggin' joke, okay? It really is a friggin' joke. First of all, you'd think it was their money you were sending, not even your own money. And then they don't settle for 7 days. And if you get the address wrong, it's on you. There is absolutely no accountability in the legacy financial system. It is a fucking joke. Sorry to swear, but I got to call out the Ponzi where the Ponzi is. And Bitcoin is not the Ponzi. The Ponzi is the legacy financial system.
Because
some people do.
Yeah.
And by the way, right now, Bitcoin trading at 60,000 is probably 1/50th of where I think it should trade in today's dollars. If people did the math, it should be trading at over $2 million of Bitcoin today. So I'm not telling them it has to trade there, but if I do the math and I look at where I think the price will go, in today's dollars, it's worth over $2 million US per coin. Some people see value at 60,000. I'm just telling you, it's a rounding error compared to where it could go. And that's why it is the best asymmetric opportunity I've ever seen.
I mean, that was my next question is it still that opportunity? But yeah,
why?
Yeah. Well,
it can go up 50-fold from here.
It could.
That's horrible. Oh, geez, I really want to make 100-fold. Dude, come on. The US 10-year is yielding 1.6%. It'll take, at 1% compounded per year, it'll take, what is it? Almost 50 years for you to double your money. 50 friggin' years in bonds, yet you have this trade that you can get 50 times your money. Not double your money, 50 times your money in today's dollars. What is it in 50 years? Gosh, it's probably, 200 times.
Yeah.
So just don't overthink it. Like, really, don't overthink this. This is an asymmetric trade that will define your career. Do I say put 100% of your money in it? No, I'm not advocating that. But if you own zero, you're a fool. You're an absolute fool. And by the way, if you own zero Bitcoin and you still own bonds, you're a fool squared, okay? You're a fool squared because bonds are a contract to lose money in real terms. High yield bonds, the biggest joke I've ever seen. And I spent 30 years trading them. You're going to lend to companies on average at 4.6% prior to losing money on defaults, which is an expected cost of doing business in high yield bonds. And after you subtract inflation out, you're at negative returns. Good on you guys. You're superstars. Fucking fools. You're fucking fools. Okay? And I can't say it any other way. I'm getting sick of trying to say it politely. You are absolute morons. Come at me. I've spent 30 years in that market. You are wrong and you're an idiot.
Actually,
it's math and code, okay? It's the base layer of language. What is the base layer of language? Mathematics, okay? Whether you speak English, French, Chinese, Spanish, Austrian, or is that even a language? German or whatever they speak, German, Swiss. You know mathematics. And I, as a Canadian or English-speaking Canadian, can speak mathematics to a Chinese person. We can't even communicate at the second level, which is our mother tongue, but we understand math. Math is the base layer of language. If you failed math, I'm sorry, you're an idiot. Mathematics makes the world work. And that's what Bitcoin is. Math and code. Full stop. Don't argue with math and don't argue with open source software, which is how Bitcoin is programmed. You're going to lose every single time, according to Jack Mallers, and I agree with him. Open source software will win every battle. And that's the beauty of Bitcoin. Why do people have confidence putting their deposits in Royal Bank of Canada? The answer, like everywhere else around the world, the banks are too big to fail. The government will bail them out, right? All true. Governments always bail out the system. How do they bail out the system? They print more money. In 1988, I said to myself, this is a fiat Ponzi. This whole fiat thing is a Ponzi. I didn't have the solution and I didn't turn into a gold bug. And I certainly didn't go to the newspapers yelling that, the banking system was built on or held together with masking tape and baling wire, right? 25-year-old kid, he's going to, not going to work in the financial markets for long. But since 1988, I've been looking for a solution to the fiat Ponzi. I worked in hedge funds. I traded credit. We went through the crises that I had mentioned in various ways. At the end of the day, I retired in 2016 because we had just completed the greatest trade I was ever part of coming out of the great financial crisis in 2008. And I put my hand up as a 50-something-year-old. I guess I could do the math. 2016, I was 53 years old. And I'm like, look, I'm done. First of all, I was beat up. We had done amazingly well, but the stress of trading credit is something you bring home night and day. There's no watching a movie at a theater when you're sitting on a bunch of hundreds of millions of bonds of a company you're worried about won't make it, okay? So you can't be watching a movie. It's going through your head. All you're thinking about is the bonds. Your wife looks at you and goes, well, how'd you like the movie? And you're like, oh, it was great, wasn't it? You didn't even watch it. You were just thinking about this fucking position you're sitting on, okay? So basically your life gets absolutely wrapped up in these various trades you have on. And I said in 2016, my body can't keep doing this. And we had just completed an amazing trade and it was time to get out. And so I got out and I was going to be happily ever after accepting the fate of the financial system to go and blow its head off. And then I found Bitcoin. And I could not believe what a beautiful technological innovation this was. And I'll state this as truism. I thought Bitcoin was a Ponzi as well, based on everything I had read in the informed media. It's got to be a Ponzi. Well, then I peeled the layer of the onion. I went to someone showed me the blockchain in action at tradeblock.com. And I'm an engineer. And I looked at this and I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? And no one controls this? And I can transfer value anywhere in the world and it'll settle in 10 minutes? And it's math and code and it's near and dear to my heart and it solves the fiat Ponzi? Damn, I can't retire. I'm all in. I'm all friggin' in. And I did thousands of hours of homework on this and I still am learning. And this is the most beautiful asymmetric trade and investment opportunity I've seen in over 30 years of managing risk. Okay? I'm not 100% certain that Bitcoin will succeed. What I am certain of is that fiat money will continue to debase. Fiat money will continue to debase because the debt spiral that we have built up, it is mathematically impossible to escape that debt spiral. Fiat money needs to be printed to solve the debt spiral. And that means fiat money will continue to debase. That I'm 100% certain of. What we need to do is we need to hedge ourselves against that. And till now, Bitcoin, I have not found a better solution than Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the hedge to the fiat Ponzi that I've been looking for over 30 years.
Do you want to know one thing about crypto? I made over 3,000% in profit in a few weeks. Fact is, the traditional financial system, the traditional money system makes you poor, not rich. If you want to earn $500,000, $1 million, you have to wait until you're 50, 60, 70 in the traditional financial system and you probably will still be broke. And you will be old. This is not a sexy combination, as you can imagine. But the question is, how can you start in crypto and make these profits? Where to invest? Where to start? My name is Gunnar and I'm from Germany, as you can hear, and things are a little bit different in Germany. More about that later on. Fact is, there are lots of different cryptocurrencies. It's a gigantic universe where beginners and professionals get easily lost. But there is light at the end of the tunnel. There are 7 key steps you need to follow to become successful in this market. You have to know them, and if you fail one of them, it's literally impossible to succeed in this market. Just an example, one of the key points is your exchange, and one of the biggest are, for example, Binance and Coinbase. These are trusted and well-established exchanges, but, and this is a big but, you won't find the super profitable coins on those exchanges. The unknown super profitable coins that get gigantic profits are not traded on those kind of exchanges. They are traded on much smaller insider platforms that are barely known. And I can tell you what those super secret exchanges are and why they are so profitable. And another super important thing are the right information sources. The point is, the internet is gigantic. There are hundreds and hundreds of YouTube channels, blogs, pages, and much more. And there are also market makers and influencers. For example, Elon Musk, he is not a crypto guy, but the moment he recommended Dogecoin, it went through the roof, to the moon, so to say. But why did he recommend it? Where did he hear it from? He didn't hear it from newspapers. And believe me, he is listening to someone. But you have to know who, and you have to react before he is reacting. This is really, really important. And these are only 2 of the 7 steps you have to follow in order to be successful in crypto. And if you want to know all of these steps in much more detail, and if you want to have a comprehensive checklist, here's what you should do. There is a link below this video. Click on this link and you will get the opportunity to subscribe to my channel. Click on the link and you will see a video where I explain the next steps. So see you soon. Click on the link now. I'll see you there.